So we have seen transformer on no load condition. We have seen. Now we are going to add a load to a transformer and see how the transformer is going to act, how the currents are going to be set up. So I am going to use a core type transformer only, but I'm going to connect it in a different way. One limb I'm going to use it for primary, one limb I'm going to use it for secondary. Okay, and primary you see V1 I1 for a AC voltage input. Always I told primary will be connected to a source, right? So source will have an AC voltage V1 and I1 is the primary current flowing. And secondary is driving a load of value ZL, and voltage across the load is V2 and secondary current is going to be I2. Previously, I have removed this load and I observed what is the no load condition. Now I am going to add my load ZL and see what are the currents and voltages in the transformer. So before you connect to your load, there will be some flux phi circulating in your core. That is because of electromagnetic induction. So as you supply AC voltage V1 by Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, you will be having an induced EMF in the primary, which is going to oppose your source. That induced EMF is going to produce a magnetic flux. That flux is going to circulate in your core, and it will induce an EMF in the secondary that is going to be E2. So if you don't have any load, only you will have E2. But since you have a load connected to your secondary, a load current I2 is going to pass through your circuit and it is going to make a closed path. So that definitely a load current I2 is going to pass along the secondary. So okay, and what is the nature of the current I2 will depend on the load. So the load can be resistive, inductive, or capacitive. Resistive means you know there is no phase shift. Inductive means you know voltage is going to lead the current. Capacitive means you know current is going to lead the voltage. So you cannot clearly say what is the nature of I2. So I2 will depend on the nature of the load connected to your secondary of your transformer. You can never say I2 is always leading or I2 is always lagging. So the leading or lagging nature of I2 depends on the load connected to the secondary of your transformer. Okay, so because of induced EMF in the secondary, that sets up one more magnetic flux phi dash, which is going to oppose the main flux. Okay, see, one EMF you have in the primary, which is because of Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, that is going to oppose your source. So we have seen in the last class V1 equal to minus E1. We have seen that equation, right? So that is going to be because of Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. V1 equal to minus E1. Same way in the secondary, you are going to have an opposing flux phi dash, not voltage, opposing flux phi dash, which is going to oppose the source. The flux is generated by your primary, and the flux at the secondary is going to oppose the flux at the primary. Okay, so that is going to be called as phi and phi dash. So phi is the primary flux and phi dash is the secondary flux. So effective flux will be phi minus phi dash. Same way, if how we told effective voltage will be V1 minus E1, the effective flux will be phi minus phi dash. Phi is your main flux at the primary, phi dash is the opposing flux at the secondary. Okay, so what happens as you increase the voltage V1, the induced EMF will also increase, so it draws more current from the supply. Okay, so this increases the back EMF so as to balance the applied voltage V1. So to overcome this increased current, I naught is the no load current, right? When you are going to connect a load to your transformer, there will be an additional current I1 dash. I1 dash is the current flowing because of your load. So the primary current always has two components. One component is no load current, second component is load current. Okay, so I naught is the no load current, which we have already seen yesterday. I naught is going to have two components, magnetizing current and core loss current, right? Apart from this, the I1 dash is occurring because of the load. Because of your load connected to the secondary, you are going to have additional primary current I1 dash. Okay, that is what is represented in the diagram. So I1 is going to have I naught plus I1 dash. I naught is going to have two more components, IW and IM. Okay, that is what we have seen yesterday. So as per the turns ratio we have seen in the transformer, the product of current and turns ratio must be same. That is called as balancing of the balancing component of your transformer. So in the primary side, the number of turns is N1 and the effective current is I1 dash. See, I1 dash is the load current, so you have to take that. So N1 into I1 dash equal to N2 into I2. So I1 dash, I can write it as N2 by N1 into I2. You know N2 by N1 is turns ratio K. So I1 dash equal to K into I2. Okay. I1 dash equal to K into I2. So total primary current, you know, from the diagram we have written I1 equal to I0 plus I1 dash. Okay, that is going to be the total primary current. Okay, any doubt so far? When you are going to connect your load to a transformer, things are not going to be the same. It is going to be start varying. You will have an opposing flux developed. The primary will have an additional current flowing through it because of the load component, and the I2, the load current I2 depends on the nature of the load. It may be inductive, or it may be capacitive, or it may be resistive. So it is going to depend on the type of the load which you are going to connect to your